that one thing most single people underrate when it comes to preparing for marriage. I think that it is actually premarital counseling. The reason why most people don't want to go for counseling is they feel like if they go, the problem that was not there will surface, quote and unquote. Meanwhile, whatever is going to surface is what has been there. Some people just go ahead and date and they just marry, and if they had gone, although maybe they have seen some red flags, but they just thought maybe it's just a normal thing, or they didn't really understand the depth of what that red flag is. Maybe if they had gone for counseling and one way or the other, this kind of things come up, then it's something that will open their eyes to a reality that they wouldn't have considered just looking at something on their own. So I feel like if most people consider premarital counseling as a thing they have to do, I feel it's going to help a lot of people probe more on a red flag that they've seen and avoid making mistakes.
That's true though, because some people don't really understand the institution of marriage.
Yeah.
So and many of them, many young people or single people does not take into they don't make findings early enough.
Yep.
They are just overwhelmed with the idea of getting married, and they just think that when they get married, everything is going to be fixed, everything is going to come together. The idea they have in their mind will just be
perfect.
Will just be perfect. But counseling will help them see things that they've not considered before, or will help also things that they need to know prior to getting into marriage. That's what counseling will do for them. So I think counseling is so important. Another thing I want to say also is that some single people believe that loving the person you are getting married to is enough. And that love alone can make marriage work. As good as and as important as the ingredients of love in marriage, there are so many things that need to also be considered to make that marriage work. So when you go into the idea, if you have the idea and go into marriage with the idea that as long as I love the person, as long as it makes me happy, what else is important? What else is there?
Each other,
it will work. But you find that when you get in now, you start discovering so many things, like things that you guys did not discuss, that you did not put into consideration, like cultural values, religious differences, and all those things. You find out that it becomes a major thing that will begin to choke the love that you thought you have.
Because love can die, but it can also be resurrected.
Love can die, love can grow. Love grows.
But when love dies, can't love be resurrected again?
It can be.
Because it doesn't really die, or it just gets into a dormant state.
I think that's what I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets into a dormant state. But when you have when you put these things into consideration, like all these factors, how do you guys? That's why we encourage that people should talk a lot during courtship. Talk about many things.
Yeah.
Talk about your finance. Talk about your values. Talk about things that
everything.
Yes, everything.
Because I remember when we're dating.
Yeah.
I think we talked about
literally everything.
Divorce, everything. And I think sometimes some people are afraid to really have those discussions. So they just they just go with feelings.
Yeah.
And feel and believe that, this feeling that I have for this person is going to sustain,
carry us through,
through the marriage. But there are some things that can cause other kinds of feelings to arise as well, like feelings of anger, feelings of disappointment, feelings of dissatisfactions, and all of that stuff. Because
when the person is hungry, how does he express himself, or how does she express herself? Does she break things and destroy things that will end up becoming something that you will live in fear because of the way the person expresses his or her anger. So some of these things, if they are not well considered, you find out that when you get into it just with the one factor love, and when all these things start manifesting, you start seeing that it start drying up the love that you thought you have for the person. And, before you know, it becomes something that leads to breakage in marriage. So what I always advise is that know the person, try to talk about everything and anything during courtship.
Yeah, and talk about it on the early stage.
Yeah.
What information can you gather about this person? What can you really know? What's the depth that you can know about this person?
Most people also don't talk about what their no is, because maybe if I tell this person I can't deal with something like this, I might lose him or I might lose her.
Like what? Give me
like some people, there are some let's take two people that are different from different cultural values, like intercontinental or whatever marriage is there will be. There are some things that you owe there in your own culture
okay.
that the other person don't see as a
it doesn't mean
deal.
anything.
Like, let's take an African person, for instance, who is getting married to an American. Let's use a case study of an American person. You find out that there are some things that an African person see as respect or disrespect that they don't, like the West don't see it as respect or disrespect. That is who they are. That is what they are. They are not doing what they are doing. They are not expressing themselves because they disrespect you.
Yeah, because concept of respect is actually different
from culture to culture.
The concept of many things
yes.
is different from different cultures.
So for you, if respect is something you hold really dear, as in so high, on the highest thing that the person have to do this, then you have to discuss what is your concept of respect.
Yeah,
and let the person know.
Can this person respect you that way?
That way, that you what you call respect.
Yeah.
Because this other person might be doing some other things that make you and she feels that she's respecting you.
Yeah.
But for you, is disrespecting you, and so the person don't know your concept of respect. So if those kind of things are not put into consider, how they have that kind of conversation, that this is a no. If you do this to me, it's a no for me. I don't take someone disrespecting me in this way. So at the end of the day, you find out that you guys start having problem when you get married.
Yeah.
So those are things you should put into consideration, or you should consider when you are talking about marriage with someone.
Yeah, another thing, and I think this one actually hit me when doing Sunday school today, when we were reading the book of Judges, and we're talking about Abigail. Say Abigail was a beautiful something woman, but she married her husband. Her husband was wicked, fool. Like a beautiful woman married a fool. Like how you know?
Right.
Another thing is character.
Right.
Character. Some people, and if we do it in the Christendom, most Christian people confuse spiritualism with character. Because somebody can be super spiritual, speak in tongues from morning till night, but they have no character.
Yeah.
They are not kind. They are not
fruit of the spirit.
No fruit. Thank you. No fruit of the spirit, but they are very.
They are very gymnastic in terms of spirituality.
I mean, we've seen pastors literally beating their wives. Doing all manner of things. So I think in the Christian faith, most men or women, they just say, "Oh, this person sings in the choir.
She's a very good singer."
And so that's what they consider, and they're not really looking at character. That's why someone like Abigail can marry a fool who has hot temper. I don't know if she chose him or he was bestowed upon her.
But in those days, some of them really don't make the choices.
Yes.
They just say, "Okay, you are betrothed to this person," even when you've not seen the person or met the person.
Yeah, but I mean that also is the case for so many people. You wonder, how did this person get married to this person?
Yeah.
They don't look at. They don't pay attention to character.
Right.
They pay attention to tall, dark, handsome, beautiful, curvy. Does it make me laugh? Can she cook? Can she do whatever it is that they think? But there was a question I heard somebody ask, that how can I? What was the question? How can I make my husband to be? This was a question I heard someone ask, to be a more spiritual leader. And maybe for them, spiritual leader is what they are saying on social media as, doing all the ding, 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 gang, gang, gang. Maybe that's what they consider a spiritual leader. But as a man, from a woman asking that question, what would you consider as a spiritual leader in a home?
I think
that a single person should look out for.
A spiritual leader for me is not someone who you see exercise the gifts of the Spirit. A spiritual leader for me is someone who exercises the fruit of the Spirit.
Yes.
Who has the fear of God.
Yes.
Who is kind, who is patient, who I think just look at the book of First Corinthians 13. It talked about everything.
Okay.
First Corinthians 13 that says love is kind, love is patient, love is this, love is that. And Galatians also, Galatians 5, he said, talk about the fruit of the Spirit. Look at those fruits that are there. So a spiritual leader is the person who exhibits this kind of fruit and who shows you kindness and shows you who expresses the fruit of the Spirit.
Yeah. So
that is how, because at the end of the day, actually, if you are considering spiritual leader, but with someone who prophesies,
like an idea of what you see on social media.
Yes, you end up finding out that when that person that you're seeing on stage doing spiritual things, that's not what he will be doing at home. What keeps him at home is the fear of God,
the character
of God. And when you have the fear of God, you will display the fruit of the Spirit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and that goes the same as well for the brothers looking for a virtuous woman. A virtuous woman is not the one who can sing and make people cry.
Yeah.
It's the one who has the real virtue is the fruit of the Spirit. And it's not a gift, it's a fruit that one has to consciously work on.
Because when you end up marrying a spiritual sister, a sister who, whenever it's on the pulpit, she sings and cries, and people are crying, everybody. If that is your purpose of marrying a sister, you end up wanting her to sing all the time when she do things that you don't.
After a while, that thing that attracted you, whenever she sings, you walk away.
You even walk away. You will not even want to hear the
character
the
is
song
not.
again.
Yeah.
People are hearing melodious voice, but you are hearing pain.
You are hearing all the nagging, all the things that she did, all the insults she gave you. So yeah. It's important to look for fruits instead of gifts.
Yeah.
Look for the things that are deeper, that has more depth and more weight as opposed to those other physical things are great, but those are not the things that actually sustain people on the long run. It's character. My husband here has very good character. Very, very great character.
Oh, you have a great character too.
Thank you. I trust so in reality, right? I trust your character. Because over the years, you've displayed certain character of integrity. You have integrity. You have self-control. And I think one of the things that you have is you have a very soft spot for God in your heart. So those are the things.
Yeah, that's why I advise people to marry someone who fears God more than he fears you. Vice versa, from male to female, from female to male. I advise women, marry a man who fears God more than just trying to impress you and make you happy. Because if he fears God, he will give you peace of mind. It will make you happy.
If he fears God, he will obey God.
He will obey God that says, love your wife.
And if he fears God, he will obey God.
He will obey God that says, honor your husband.
Yeah.
And so the fear of God for me, it's paramount, is for relationship, except, well, whatever you hold there,
the fear of God is key.
The fear of God is key.
Anyways, that has been it. Then I look so fly, so ready. Like, it's Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
And you've been a great mother.
Thank you. I have to cut this part out and